Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The president is dealing with a very, very difficult situation.
We are confident of Buhari's commitment to end insecurity, House of Rep Speaker tells media after meeting the president. National development tops agenda at Inter-Party Advisory Council Peace Conference.
All of you will be paid. Every kobo you will be paid. So be rest assured.
Special Public Works yielding desired result. Minister of State Labour gives verdict as he inspects scheme in Calabar. Plus 51st Joint Technical Committee meeting. OPEC Secretary General counsels members on global market. Good evening and welcome to NTA Network News. My name is Kenan Ima Abodikem. Also reading tonight, Adeola Komiya Kere in Lagos, while Obehi Otobo Apresai is in Benin. Let's begin from the State House, where Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has expressed absolute confidence of Nigeria's House of Representatives and the genuine commitment of President Muhammadu Buhari to put an end to the challenges of security bedeviling the country. This was after a strategic engagement with the President on the state of the nation. The Speaker, accompanied by the Leader of the House, Al-Hassan Ado Dogwa, exchanged ideas and rubbed minds with the Nigerian leader on the best way forward towards addressing the issues of security and the socio-economic situation of the country. Speaking to newsmen after the meeting that lasted more than 1 hour, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila described the engagement as fruitful and reassuring.
He has a listening ear, and we profile ideas. He tells us his own views, and we come to some consensus one way or the other. You cannot be privy to them for now. We're still working on a way out. All I will always say, I say all the time, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. The president is dealing with a very, very difficult situation, and he's as passionate as anybody else to bring it to closure. And we are here to help him bring it to closure. You are aware that the House of Representatives some time ago passed a resolution. We set up an ad hoc committee, a special ad hoc committee, which involves all principal officers and 30 other members of the House. And we're going to start that process into looking at different solutions, and we'll be bringing the report to Mr. President. He's fully aware of it, and he's open to anything and everything, and that will help us in coming to a resolution in this matter.
Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila. Now, Senate has screened the presidential nominee for the position of Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory, Salisu Garba Abdullahi, with assurance that every support required will be given to all arms of government to deepen democracy. Dion Ogunshola reports.
Chairman Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters emphasized that the Senate will continue to support appointments that meet eligibility criteria and the principle of federal character. Shortly after an executive session, the committee expressed satisfaction with the capability of the nominee.
We also want to say for the record that part of why this is happening is because in the judicial sector, we have tried as a nation to comply with the law and be consistent. And our call is that the judiciary will continue through the NJC to insist on the provisions of our Constitution being followed.
The Chief Judge Designate of the FCT has been in acting capacity since January this year after the retirement of the immediate past Chief Judge of the FCT. From the National Assembly, Dayo Ogunshola, NTA News.
The OPEC Secretary General Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo has urged members of the OPEC Joint Technical Committee to patiently continue the careful monitoring of the global market while providing insightful analysis for the ministers as part of efforts to continue harnessing the positive trajectory experienced so far. This challenge was at the 51st meeting of the OPEC Joint Technical Committee JTC held virtually. Lydia Sampson reports.
OPEC Secretary General said there are a multitude of positive signals regarding the global economy and prospects for the oil and gas industry. However, significant uncertainties remain. He restates that cautious optimism continues as OPEC's mantra because complete recovery is expected to be long, uneven and uncertain.
The revival of fortunes for the health of the economy and our industry is due in no small part to the efforts of the Declaration of Cooperation Partners. What has been particularly apparent about this group over the last year is how responsive we have been to the fast-changing environment.
He said the consensus among most economists and forecasting agencies is that with the right policies in place, the world can mitigate the worst impact of the dreadful COVID-19 virus. Already, the American economy, Barkindo says, is forecast to be stronger in 2040 than it was prior to the pandemic, as the checks for $1,400 per individual under the U.S. stimulus package are beginning to have an impact, with retail sales up 10% in the U.S. in March. As a result, U.S. unemployment fell to 6%, the lowest level since the pandemic struck. This has generated positive momentum with regard to oil demand. In OPEC's most recent monthly oil market report, world outlook demand growth in 2021 is expected to increase by about 6.0 million barrels per day, representing an upward revision of about 0.1 million barrels per day from last month's report. Despite the positive developments, OPEC Secretary General said, "We are all acutely aware that we are far from putting this pandemic behind us. One of the saddest pieces of news over the last month was the fact that the world crossed another gut-wrenching milestone. The global death count from COVID-19 exceeded 3 million people." He said, though the world can take comfort from the fact that over 1 billion vaccinations have been administered worldwide, there are several reminders that reaching the herd immunity will not be without setbacks. Barkindo stressed the need to bridge the gap with regard to the pace of vaccination rollout between developing countries and developed countries. He said, and I quote, "We will not be truly safe from COVID-19 until everyone is safe." In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
At the meantime, African Development Bank President Dr. Akiwumi Adesina has brought to bear on the global scene Africa's vast opportunities for green growth with a firm optimism that the continent's recovery pathway offers enormous opportunities. This was at the European Union Africa Green Investment Hybrid Forum convened by Portugal and the European Investment Bank to mobilize private and public capital towards the green transition in Africa. Justin Bem-Uni reports.
The event brought together leading government and business figures, international and development financial institutions, civil society, and academia. It was a platform where the AFDB president, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, identified energy, agriculture, and infrastructure as key areas of investment potential for a post-COVID-19 recovery in Africa. Dr. Adesina reminded the audience that with abundant solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy resources, Africa's energy transition alone presents a $100 billion per year investment opportunity. He also pointed out that agriculture potentially offers massive investments in climate-smart crops to build more resilient food systems.
Africa has massive needs for infrastructure, from roads to rails to ports to airports, the internet connectivity, water and sanitation, as well as urban housing needs present enormous opportunities for green investments. Now, the size of the infrastructure opportunities is worth between $130 billion to $170 billion annually. Now, that is massive. Africa's future infrastructure needs to be greener and climate resilient. We must shift away from simply building the cheapest infrastructure to investing in life cycle financing.
Commending the European Commission's external investment plan, Adesina said the AFDB looked forward to building a strong partnership with the Commission to deliver more in the context of the new EU strategy with Africa. Justin Bemunyi, NTA News.
Minister of State, Labour and Employment Festus Keyamo says the federal government's special public works scheme intended to provide modest stipends to skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled Nigerians is yielding desired results. Archibald Bassi reports that the minister, while assessing the impact of the scheme in Calabar, applauds the federal government initiative which also aims at achieving a cleaner and hygienic Nigeria.
The Special Public Works Scheme is one of the 4 core programs of the National Directorate of Employment designed to explore employment opportunities that abound in the public sector by engaging 1,000 skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled persons in each of the 777 local government areas in Nigeria. Participants in the short-term engagement of a scheme which spans for a period of 3 months are to be paid a monthly allowance of 20,000 naira.
All of you will be paid. Every kobo you will be paid. So be rest assured. I'm sure you know payments have started. Yes. And you know I issued a public statement as to why the payment was delayed. Yes, the banks delayed it because there were too many discrepancies, and we didn't want fraud.
This beneficiary, Inakepe Solomon from Obanliku local government area of Cross River State, shares his testimony.
Thank you to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari. The beneficiary of Calabar Municipal are very grateful. I mean, this is a relief. Though it's little to what they are giving, but it means a whole lot to my family.
The minister and his team are also expected to monitor the compliance level of the scheme in other parts of the country. In Calabar, Archibald Bassi, NTA News.
Away from labour and employment, following attacks on Ajimaka, Doka and Boigio communities in Doma local government area of Nasarawa State, security agents have brought the situation under control. Issa Mohammed, who visited the scene, reports that the victims are appealing for increased security presence to restore confidence in the affected communities.
Though security agents have taken over the areas as at the time of visits to the communities, residents were still apprehensive. Those who could not stay were evacuating their belongings.
Now we are calling the government to come and to help us, to give us the security in this community, which is Opata. If not, we cannot be able to go to the farm.
Confirming the incidents, the Nasarawa State Police Command said, though a number of lives were lost, the situation has been brought under control.
Upon receipt of the information, a joint team of police and military personnel were deployed to the area, where 9 corpses were recovered, each with multiple machete cuts.
As at the time of filing in these reports, the state government has convened a stakeholders emergency security meeting to deliberate on the ways towards sustainable peace.
No need to fight among each other. Rather, there is need for everyone to embrace peace.
The attack, which was said to have started Saturday nights, spent till late hours of Sunday in 3 communities of Ajimaka, Doka, and Boyo, all of Doma local government area of Nasarawa State. In Lafia, I am Issa Muhammad, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Benue State Police Command has confirmed the kidnap of 3 students of the Federal University of Agriculture, Makudi. Police Public Relations Officer of the Benue State Command, Sewese Anene, says the incident occurred on the 24th of April. Godwin Inalegu now has the details.
Behind me is this lecture hall where the incident took place. With me here is the Director, Information and Public Relations, Mrs. Rose Mary Waku. She's here to shed light on the incident.
On the night of Saturday, the 24th of April 2021, some of our students were reading in a lecture theater, and around between 10 and 11 p.m. in the night, some forcefully abducted a number of them. We are not sure what number they were, but they took them away. And up to now, we have not heard from them, even from their abductors. But the university has reported the matter to the police, and investigations are going on.
The image maker of the command says the police has put necessary measures in place to get the abductors.
The Commissioner of Police has ordered a full-scale investigation into that matter. We have been on it. We are doing our best. I want to assure you that we will get to perpetrators of this act.
From Makudi, Godwin in Alebu, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. Time for our first commercial break. Do stay.
When you come into the Glow Cafe, you're in for a world of treats. Not only can you monitor all your voice and data usage with ease, buy, share, borrow, and gift data and airtime in the smoothest ways, pay for any services of your choice using your airtime or your bank card, and manage or change your tariff plan to any plan you prefer seamlessly. You can also add friends, get sweet rewards, and so much more. Oh, and don't forget, if you ever need to recharge outside the Glow Cafe app, just dial *805# to purchase airtime or data through your bank. So, step into your Glow Cafe today.
Just dial *777# or download the Glow Cafe app today.
I am with you at every stage of your life. Providing comfort when you are keeping fit. Comfort when you are expecting your bundle of joy. Comfort during motherhood. Comfort in your office. Comfort in your car. Comfort when sharing a meal. Comfort at bedtime. From cradle to grey, there's comfort for you with Vitafoam. Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
I did look for pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no, 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 no. The brand the show them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment. Everything is just a blend. If you don't want it good for you, my guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
As a digital influencer, my passion is to create content that promotes love, peace, and unity in my country. My work schedule is busy and I experience headache. But I have Sudrex as my trusted headache medicine. Sudrex is fast-acting medicine.
Sudrex is trusted and established since the year 2000. Now available. Sudrex headache and fever. Sudrex cold and cough. Sudrex joint and muscle pain.
Sudrex is wishing you happy holy month of Ramadan.
The House of Representatives Committee on Customs and Excise wishes to request for memoranda from stakeholders and the public on collapse of scanners across Nigerian seaports, airports and land borders to be submitted between 22nd April 2021 and 12th May 2021 to Suite 2.01, House of Representatives Building, National Assembly, Abuja. The public hearing on collapse and lack of transparency in handling the scanners will come up on 17th May 2021 at meeting room 028 by 11 a.m. prompt. Honorable Leke Abejide, Chairman, House Committee on Customs and Excise, announcer.
As you adjust to the new realities for operating your business and engaging with your customers, let us help you transform your business into a digital powerhouse capable of adapting and taking advantage of today's opportunities. With our best-in-class array of digital solutions, you can conduct your business, receive payments from your customers, and perform transactions quickly, safely, and conveniently, because we've got you covered with the right people, technology, and service offerings. Contact us today and let us take your business to its zenith. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Assalamu alaikum. The Muslim Ummah of Southwest Nigeria invites you to the presentation of the book Islam in Yoruba Land, History, Education and Culture. The book presentation holds Wednesday, 28 April 2021, 2 p.m. at the Radisson from our Prote Hotel, Isaac John Street, Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the Osun State Governor, Alhaji Boyega Oyetola, will lead other eminent personalities. Alaafin Ofoyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, and other traditional rulers shall grace the occasion. Guest speaker, Imam Abdurrahman Ahmad. Book reviewer, Professor Rafiu Adebayo. Book presenter, Admiral Jubrila Ayila. Chairman of the occasion is Alhaji Fola Adeola. Join us live via our social media handles, 2 p.m. on Wednesday, April 28, 2021. And be part of this historic book launch. Alhaji Abdurazak Oladejo, Muswen President, announcer.
Welcome back. As we now tell you that the All Progressives Congress Advocate Forum has challenged Nigerians to judge the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Ali Pantami, on his service record in office and note his past comments. Addressing the media in Abuja, leader of the APC Advocates Group, Kabiru Duhu, appealed to Nigerians, particularly interested parties, to avoid the campaign of calumny against the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, especially the alleged false claims that he is being on America's terror watch list. The group has called for support and cooperation from well-meaning members of the public to fast-track the ministry's ongoing reforms that are positively affecting the country's image and economy.
National Policy for Indigenous Content Development in the Nigeria Telecommunications Sector, July 2020. This policy will promote indigenous content in the telecommunications sector by focusing on key areas where the development of such capacity will have the greatest level of impact. Policy approved by President Muhammadu Buhari on the 8th of March 2021. Furthermore, the telecommunications sector recorded a growth rate in 15.90%, and this was its highest growth rate in the last 10 years. With all this outlined achievement, we make bold to declare that Dr. Issa Fantami has done well and should be judged by his work in office, not by ethics that he had long recanted and for which he is Boko Haram's #1 enemy today. We stand by the presidency.
APC Advocate Group also commended the leading role of Issa Ali Pantami in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria. Now, Nigerians must shun political party differences and rise up to the task of solving the nation's security challenges collectively. This was the position of the Inter-Party Advisory Council at a peace conference tagged Let's Talk Politics. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Every political leader should be held accountable for inactions or actions that is either directly perpetrated by him or his troop or his followers.
This gathering of like minds is premised on one agenda: politics without violence. Participants believe that there is no alternative to peace and reminded the political class that the task of ensuring a peaceful Nigeria is a collective responsibility.
Ensure that everybody says that which is right and verifiable.
Everything must be done to de-emphasize violence. Again, this will not produce good leadership in the land.
Embrace the opportunities available in the political space of this country to be able to stand up and have a voice.
While urging the youth to remain as agents of change, considering their posture as future leaders, they must realize that politics is for development and not for perpetuating violence.
And what I can say to younger population, don't give up. You have to try in a more strident manner to keep trying.
The conference maintains that dialogue remains the best option for conflict resolution. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And now to health, where the federal government is advancing the development of wellness centers across the country to further enhance the mental well-being of Nigerians. The Minister of Health, Osagie Ehanire, announced this at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association Naowa Wellness Center at Mambila Barracks, Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
That set the stage for the provision of a wellness center to support troops and their family members that may be traumatized or depressed as a result of exposure to difficulties in the front line or separation from family members.
To address an urgent need that
this the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association NAOWA feel is necessary to address the mental and psychological needs of military personnel and the civilian community.
There is grief, loss of a loved one, post-traumatic stress disorder, mental instability, and the likes of it. We are conscious they are all real and it can happen to the best of us. So rather than ignore it, we want to address this issue.
The initiative, the Minister of Health says, will cater for two core areas in the healthcare delivery in the country.
What in the health sector we class as preventive health and what we also class as curative health, rehabilitative health. The initiative here is necessary, not only for the military, but also for all of society.
The Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association plans to provide a wellness center in each of the geopolitical zones. From the Mambila Barracks in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Let's now join Adeola Komia Kera in Lagos for more reports.
Thank you, Kenny. A warehouse filled with 10 containers of substandard tires has been discovered in the Ibafo axis of Ogun State, while a syndicate was also arrested in the process. The concern surrounding this discovery is how goods of such magnitude would have escaped checks at the seaports, which is invariably sustaining conversation on the need to return the Standards Organization of Nigeria to the seaports. Michael Olaleye has details.
On the 19th of September 2020, 8 persons were burnt to death in a lone accident involving a Mazda bus on the popular Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The cause was not far-fetched. One of the tires went up in flames while in motion. This warehouse, located in a remote outpost of Lagos State, can best be described as tire park. This is because thousands are scattered all around, with more than 4 squeezed into one to compress the volume. Sadly, they are similar in quality to the ones which claimed 9 lives.
Only God knows how many of these warehouses are hidden somewhere in the bushes and in different towns around the country. Don't forget, this country is wide, so I will not be surprised if there are not other stores even in the north. Like this. So it's a very dangerous trend, and this is why we are still emphasizing that the best way to enforce is to be at the port of entry.
The importer is a foreigner whose identity is still unknown, but Emmanuel Imbabi was arrested along with the consignments. The middle-aged man, obviously nonchalant of the gravity of this offense, did not even understand the implications of flooding the market with substandard tires.
Because if you want to use tire on this vehicle, you do take tire from here. So like all those ones, if you put it on the rim, and pump it, it will just balance. And
Based on the challenges associated with the use of tires of this nature, the next line of action is for the agency to destroy them, while reiterating a stance against the importation of substandard products. In Lagos, Michael Alale, NTA News.
Now, tackling the challenges of insecurity in the country by addressing the welfare and infrastructural needs of security operatives is the way to go. But it is one that requires broad synergy among relevant institutions. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Police Trust Fund, Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto, said this during a visit to the Nigerian Ports Authority in Lagos. Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
By the Nigerian Police Trust Fund Establishment Act 2019, the Trust Fund has a mandate to provide funds for training and welfare of personnel of the Nigerian Police, as well as provide infrastructure needed by the force to secure the nation. Apart from earning 0.5% of total revenue of the Federation account, the Act also mandates companies operating in the country to support the fund with 0.005% of their profits. This visit to the Nigerian Port Authority by the top management of the fund, led by its Executive Secretary Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto, is part of the drive to garner needed support towards the realization of its mandate, especially now that the infrastructural need of the police is made more acute by attacks on its facilities.
Presently, the trust fund depends substantially on the revenue accruing in the Federation account. It is obvious that this source of revenue alone cannot sustain the trust fund and the attainment of its mandate.
Managing Director of NPA, Adiza Bala Usman, acknowledged the need for public and private institutions to support security agencies using such platforms as Nigerian Police Trust Fund.
We have seen the way Nigerian police force was stretched during the NSAS protest, and that is an area where all of us as Nigerian citizens recognize the gap that exists and recognize the need for agencies of government and indeed private sector to accommodate and provide the necessary support to build a police force that would enable us provide the attendant security needed.
The collaboration between the two agencies is expected to be replicated as management of the Nigerian Police Trust Fund continues its consultation with other institutions. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
And that's a bit from Lagos. We will take another break. The news will continue thereafter.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
There's enough to go around.
With Mr. Chef seasoning cubes and powders, every meal is something to look forward to.
Me first.
Mr. Chef, creating delightful memories.
Ooh la la. Sweet nutrition.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What video?
8K video, beyond cinema quality.
So,
You can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
but will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
Savlon Antiseptic Liquid kills over 99.9% of germs on your skin, leaving you free to live more. And it's formulated by Johnson & Johnson to keep you and your family protected. Savlon, love the feeling.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Available in a big 100-gram tube and a small 25-gram tube.
Ramadan is sharing.
Ramadan is all about spirituality.
A rewarding moment with friends and families.
To connect with exceptional women.
Rethink iftar.
Remix the recipes.
Refresh your favorite Ramadan TV show. Mikey Diary Season 4. It's fresh, it's exciting, it's delicious. Get ready to experience a twist in your taste buds. Ramadan curry!
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
We're starting the happiness movement with Molfix.
For baby's happiness, it is important to choose a dry diaper because with a dry diaper, babies do not have rash and are comfortable.
Nigeria's #1 choice of mothers, Molfix Air Dry, has the dryness all the mothers dream of because it's ultra absorbent and ultra breathable, so it stays dry and does not leak. Our babies do not have rash. Come on, mothers, try Molfix and join our happiness movement.
Talking about your team has never been on top of the law.
They have, Joe. And what are you saying?
It's a lie.
How is it a lie? I was right.
The highest scoring striker ever.
He doesn't have a higher score than.
Yes! Kickoff is at 9:45 p.m.
9 p.m.
Settle almost anything football with Google search.
Thanks for staying with us. Nigerians executed 356.4 trillion naira worth of e-transactions in 3 months as Nigerian Exchange Group All-Share Index inches up by 0.04% to open the week positive. Let's join Musa Abubakar for more on business news.
Thank you, Kene. Nigerians carried out a volume of 3.4 billion transactions valued at 356.47 trillion naira through electronic payment channels in the last 3 months of 2020. The National Bureau of Statistics disclosed this. The banking sector data online transfers dominated the banking activities last year with 2.2 billion transactions valued at 120.27 trillion naira carried out between October and December. On a year-on-year comparison, the value of the transaction increased by 325% from 165.8 trillion naira in 2019 to 704.04 trillion naira last year, while the volume of e-payment transactions rose year-on-year by 142% from 2.96 billion in 2019 to 7.16 billion in 2020. E-payment transactions include the transaction made via the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, Instant Payment System, and Point of Sales Terminal, POS. Now, investors gained 8.74 billion naira at the close of Monday's trading to commence the week on bullish note. The all-share index gained 0.04% at 39,318.52 points, a market capitalization at 20.5 trillion naira. 329.7 million shares worth 2.058 billion naira were traded in 4,308 deals. Transcorp topped the most traded stocks, followed by FBN Holdings PLC and AXA Mansard Insurance PLC with a combined volume of 136.3 million shares valued at 276.8 million naira. Well, that's business news. It's back to you, Kenny.
Thank you, Musa. Now, First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has emphasized on the need for well-meaning individuals to extend their hands of support to vulnerable Nigerians, especially women, youths and children at the grassroots in order to cushion the effect of their hardship. The First Lady made the call in a message during the distribution of empowerment kits to a large number of women in Damaturu, Yobe State. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
Hairdryers and salon racks are among the items distributed to the beneficiaries in Damaturu, Yobe State, cutting across all the women groups from across the state. Other items include food palliatives comprising rice, semolina, macaroni, sugar, and other essential commodities. The exercise is part of the nationwide Future Assured program for complementing the effort of government towards supporting women, youth and children, particularly those at the grassroots. And Future Assured has collaborated with the National Center for Women Development towards achieving targets. Presenting the items to the beneficiaries, majority of whom are widows and their children, the First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, who was represented by the Director General, National Center for Women Development, Asabe Velita Bashir, has employed the beneficiaries to make the best use of the items in order to improve their living status.
This empowerment program is to further help the women economically, which is the first step to economic freedom, geared towards optimizing women towards total economic empowerment.
Speaking on behalf of the Yobe State government, the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Hawaba Abubakar, expressed happiness with the support they have been receiving from the Nigeria's First Lady.
The Birth of Future Assured initiative is an affirmation to the foresight, commitment and dedication by Her Excellency the First Lady to ensure that this most important section of our society receive the desired and required attention to redirect their lives towards meaningful participation and contribution to nation building. It is therefore a great day for me and also a great day for the women of Yobe State.
You people collect these items not for sale and not to go and keep them at the house and be looking at them all the time, but to come out and use them and even train other people that have not been opportune to be trained by us. And that is the only way we are going to defeat the insurgency.
The beneficiaries could not hide their admiration and assure the First Lady that they will continue to pray for peace, unity and development of the country. In Damaturu, Yobe State capital, Aliyu Kabir, NTA.
Nigeria could experience a third wave of COVID-19 if complacent attitude to COVID-19 protocols continues among the citizenry. Chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boaz Mustafa, said this at the national briefing. The national briefing says Nigeria is on red alert, going by the current experience of India. Metari Ben reports.
It's the first briefing since the transformation of the Presidential Task Force to the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19, PSC. India's alarming COVID-19 infection and fatality rate is already sending shivers around the world. Although Nigeria's case positivity rate is less than 2.5% and cases requiring oxygen have drastically reduced, the PSC says Nigerians cannot afford to let down their guards.
Let's not be deceived. There will be a third wave. If what is happening in other jurisdictions is anything to go by, COVID-19 is not likely to go away very, very soon as we expect it to.
Cases in India and Turkey are of particular concern to us, and also Brazil. We must take this plight they have as a strong warning.
While we are opening these international flights, there is also a risk. That is the risk of importation of additional cases into the country. This calls for increased vigilance from the Federal Ministry of Health, the Port Health Authority.
We cannot afford another large outbreak in Nigeria.
The committee urges state governments to sustain advocacy for COVID-19 testing and vaccination, pointing out that the current 58% vaccination rate for the first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is nothing to cheer. 60,000 COVID-19 test kits were donated to the PSC by the Victims Support Fund. The risk of contracting COVID-19 is not over. This is why the Presidential Steering Committee says adherence to the preventive measures of wearing face mask, washing of hands, and observing physical distance should not be overbearing for Nigerians. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Obehi Ottawa Prison in Benin will now bring us the next set of reports.
Thanks, Kene, for joining us in Benin. Some students of the University of Benin and other institutions have demonstrated their capabilities in solving some Nigeria's security and power challenges through their innovation and inventions. The students demonstrated this while showcasing some of their creative innovation at an event to mark this year's World Intellectual Property Day. Jude Abugu reports.
The prototype aircrafts manufactured with locally sourced materials such as styrofoam, woods, and carbon fiber, according to the inventor, will be useful in areas of security, agriculture, and news gathering.
I designed this aircraft for military purpose, can help the military for surveillances and landmine, and also to drop something that will be relevant in case of attacks.
Other inventions showcased by the students include a generating set that runs without fuel and an automatic power switch that changes from public power source to a generating set without interrupting electrical appliances.
It's a two-in-one innovation, which exists without the use of solar system or hydro or carbonized fuel.
Some lecturers and mentors in the Department of Physics and Faculty of Engineering of the university say they are confident that the students can become big players in the world of innovation when given the needed support.
The kind of quality and high-level technical education they have received in this university, they are well prepared for this venture.
These students also use the forum to share knowledge on how to commercialize and market their innovative ideas. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Uzare, has held a first Ramadan lecture for Muslims in Edo North. The lecture, which featured various Islamic scholars as lecturers in topical issues, was attended by two revered traditional rulers in Isako. Ukochukuka Ona reports.
Islamic clerics and faithful converged on the premises of NTA Uzare to listen to scholars who educated them on what is expected of a true Muslim. Some of the topics centered on the role of women in societal development during and after Ramadan season, as well as globalization, Western and Islamic perspectives in the 21st century.
This world will be very peaceful. I will be very happy living among ourselves. Islam is everything that we need, and that if we follow the tenets of it, then we will be on the same side. So much as we participate in the global world, it is important that we always conscious of our religion.
For the management of NTA Uzare, the program has come to stay.
A very important season for our Muslim brothers and sisters. It is a time filled with blessings when worshippers focus their minds only on spirituality.
There were goodwill messages from the Idoniji of South EBA, His Royal Highness Ali Ukeni Daniels II, the Ogagia of 3 EBA, His Royal Highness Suleiman Ali, and other dignitaries. Nobashkuka on NTA News.
The news continues with Kene in Abuja right after this break.
Tough on stains with longer-lasting freshness. New Omo Extra Fresh with longer-lasting freshness. Tough on stains with longer-lasting freshness. New Omo Extra Fresh with longer-lasting freshness. Tough on stains with longer-lasting freshness. New Omo Extra Fresh with longer-lasting freshness.
I've got no ice on me, but still can freeze your knees. What up?
Unleash your cool side with Mentos Fresh Action Candy and its incredible soothing liquid filling. Get on stage now.
I be the cool guy that you want, fresh guy that you want. Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, stay fresh with the Mentos Fresh Action Candy.
Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, feel fresh. Now with vitamin C.
Every day, he looks after his brother and chases a bus. Every day, he looks after his brother, chases a bus, and learns new things. Every day, he looks after his brother, chases a bus, learns new things, and gets back home. Every day, he looks after his brother, chases a bus, learns new things, gets back home, and helps his mum. Phew! That's why every day he needs his cup of Milo, packed with the nutritious goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa. Milo, the energy to go further.
From Nestle.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1 sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
It is very important for us to tell our stories so that our people will know their history. Now, for make our people to get their mindset shaped for the right way.
Now, our Tori be this for the best Torijo Naija dramas, telenovelas, and sports. Get your GoTV decoder, GoTenna, and 1 month GoTV Jolly subscription for the low price of 6,900 naira. Download my GoTV app to manage your account and enjoy better entertainment. GoTV, love it.
Welcome back. Sport is next.